Your L2 fees come from blob auctions, not gas. Here's what changes. Most L2 fee guides skip this part. They tell you Arbitrum is cheaper than Ethereum L1. True, they don't tell you why, and they don't explain why your L2 fee jumped last week even though L1 was quiet. I'm Rachel from Chainlink. In the next 5 minutes, how L2 fees actually work, what a bridge actually costs, and why the Kelp DAO incident reshaped cross-chain in 2026. Before March 2024, L2s posted their batch data as regular Ethereum call data. That meant L2 transactions competed for L1 gas with everything else. When L1 was busy, your L2 fees jumped. EIP 4844 changed the architecture. The Denkin upgrade introduced blobs, a separate transaction type with a separate fee market. L2s now post batch data as blobs, not call data. Blobs are temporary. They get pruned after about 18 days. That's long enough for fraud-proof windows and validity-proof verification. After that, the data drops off consensus nodes and lives only in archives. Here's what changed in practice. L2 fees no longer track L1 gas. They track blob market demand. When more rollups compete for blob space, fees climb. When blob market is quiet, fees drop. And here's something most L2 users haven't caught yet. The blob market is auction-driven. Each block targets 6 blobs. When demand pushes past that target, fees spike fast. When demand drops, fees collapse. Your L2 fees go up when more rollups compete for blob space, not when Ethereum gets busy. Let's run a worked example. $500 in ETH, you want USDC on L1 Ethereum Direct. Uniswap costs $10 to $30 in gas. Could be more, could be less. On Arbitrum, after a canonical bridge, the same Uniswap swap costs under $1, sometimes 30 cents. The bridge from L1 to Arbitrum cost a few dollars one time. The swap itself costs almost nothing. Where does the difference come from? The blob market. Arbitrum batched your transaction into a blob with thousands of others. The blob cost a few cents per transaction. Ethereum L1 gas didn't apply. Different L2s pay different blob prices. zkSync and Starknet pay less because their compressed proofs need less blob space. Base and Arbitrum pay more because they process more raw transactions. And the fee difference compounds. 10 swaps a month saves you $100 to $300 on L2. The fee you see on the DApp isn't the full fee. Add the bridge, add the eventual exit. That's the real cost of your position on that chain. Now, bridges. This is where most people lose money in 2026. April 18th, 2026. Kelp DAO's bridge gets drained. $292 million in RSF. The exploit isn't a smart contract bug, it's a configuration choice. Kelp DAO had set their bridge to use a one-of-one DVN configuration. When that single verifier got fed false data through RPC poisoning, there was no second opinion. 46 minutes between drain and pause. By then, most of it was gone. The aftermath. Kelp DAO migrated to Chainlink CCIP, so did Solve Protocol, 700 million in tokenized Bitcoin. Earlier this month, Kraken announced the same migration for Kraken-wrapped Bitcoin. Over $3 billion in TVL has moved to CCIP since April. Why CCIP? 16 independent professional nodes, decentralized consensus, no single point of failure. The architecture is the answer. Pick a bridge by its verifier set. The bridge with one signer is the bridge waiting for its bad day. L2 fees come from blob auctions, not gas. EIP 4844 made the L2 economy possible. Bridge security comes from the verifier set, not the marketing. One verifier is a single point of failure. 16 is a security model. If you bridge in 2026, pick a bridge whose verifier set you can name. If you can't name them, you don't yet know what you're trusting. The fee mechanic, the verifier set, these are infrastructure decisions. They determine what kind of risk you carry without realizing. It's not the bridge, it's the verifier. Subscribe to Chainlink. I'm Rachel. See you in the next one.